And we're back on Saturday Morning Result with Kevin in the Game.
I'm catching you while you coughing. I got you choked up, didn't I, JP? You're not used to see me over here.
Yeah.
Had to switch over Kevin's seat real quick. All right, thank you, JP. NBA playoffs. Checking with everybody. How's everybody's bracket looking?
Mine and Tom's is good. We still pull for the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right.
tell you, OKC took care of Minnesota a little easier
they
than I
did.
thought, 4-1. And
It's
Got the
funny.
other-
Did you see the blog by Magic? Remember when I read what he said about talking about Edwards? He said, well, he's never won nothing in college and never won nothing in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he comes out and said, told you so.
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, don't run your mouth till you're wearing a ring.
That's
son.
it, because he kept saying everybody back in the old days wasn't skilled but Michael.
Yeah, I mean, this is, Kevin talks about that a lot, about how that is a stupid mentality and not having respect for history of the game.
I know.
Just have a little respect for the history of the game. But that's the young generation. They don't respect, they don't know anything.
I think we all would agree that he's a phenomenal talent.
And I think he'll have championships
he will.
before it's all said.
He
and
will.
done.
You get
But-
him the right people, and it's all going to fit in together.
But you're talking about like somebody who just don't
But you've got to
respect your elders.
pay
young
your
man.
dues. Pay your dues.
Get you,
And it's easy. I mean, and that's just like the last game they come into. Even Stephen A. said, look, buddy, you have to take the ball and go get it. And I never saw him in that last game like, I'm taking over. OKC come out and like, this is over.
They shut him down.
In the first quarter, like, this game is over now.
Well, and who is it? Oh gosh, not Brunson. That's the Knicks. Who did they trade for?
Towns.
Who did they trade Towns for?
Randall.
Randall. Thank you. Randall was the shadow the last two games.
He was.
and then I think that really put more pressure on Ant.
Well, even people who just watch it says, make him go left. Make him go left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, there's still obviously his game, a lot for his game to develop. They've got to be. I think they would be happy that their next step for them is they want to make a finals, for them to feel like they 2 years in a row in the Western Conference Finals. Nothing to shy away from, but at the same point, you want to feel like you're still progressing and still improving as a team. But it would. Everybody was talking about it would have been very interesting to see if the Timberwolves and the Knicks had made the finals, because then you really see. You could say both teams in a sense won that trade, but then you could see who actually won that trade by who which team pulled
But
it
if
off.
they both get knocked out now, I guess nobody won the trade.
Well, I think
Everybody wanted to trade because Paul George's team he was both trades and he got locked. Everybody in this finals got some type of trade from Paul George almost. The only finals MVP, Anthony Edwards, is 23 years old, by the way. 23 and under. There's two of them. Can we name them?
Finals MVP.
The only NBA Finals MVPs that were 23 and under, and that's what Anthony Edwards is right now.
Kobe.
No.
23 and under.
Only two in the history of the NBA.
Bird and Magic.
You got one of them. Magic Johnson won two under the age of 23 at 20 and 22 years old. Don't forget, he also had some pretty good players on his team. That other player on his team was the answer to the other end of it.
Kareem?
Kareem was the other one in 1971 at the age of 23 years old. So Magic and Kareem were the only players in NBA history to win an NBA Finals MVP 23 and under. So Jordan didn't win his till he was 27.
Right.
I think LeBron's was 26 or 27 when he won his first one. That's usually about the 25 to 35 is your prime man basketball winning championship leading a team age.
That's your window.
Right. Other than that, I mean that's it. You got a 10-year window. Dennis Johnson and Bill Walton were at 24 for the Supersonics and the Trailblazers. Something going up in the Great Northwest. Joe Dumars and Cedric Maxwell at 25. Big game James Worthy, Gaston is on the 1988 NBA Finals MVP, was 26 years old. So Michael, his first championship at 27, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players only younger than him ever won a Finals MVP. 3 of them there with the Lakers. So you got to take these things with a grain of salt. We could close our eyes in 4 more years, and Anthony Edwards just started his first of 6 championships.
Right.
Yeah, easily. Right. Oh, yeah. That's what we
Whether it happens or not, you don't know. But, like, these guys, these young ages, they're good. Him and Luka, guys, are the young guys in the league.
I think that's where all the biggest thing come from when he said what he said for Magic to come by and say, man, I won 2, by the time I was your age.
They don't get any history. I mean, at least, you know what's bad? That the basketball players and the football players don't get much schooling, according to the universities, obviously, anymore, or if they ever did. But then they get to the NBA, and they've never watched a game before anything that says 1900s on it, they don't know anything about. Yeah. And so,
like the NBA started with Kobe.
And then we stick microphones in front of them, like, say something philosophic, young 20-year-old basketball player.
Say something eloquent.
Like,
say
you
something
expect
eloquent.
Anthony Edwards to really say something at this point in his career. He didn't get taught by Dean Smith. He didn't spend 3 years being taught by him, not just about basketball, but life. So it's different with these guys. Bird was 27. That you were asking. Moses Malone.
And think about it. When Edwards was in college, he was at Georgia, and his only year there, they went 16-16.
The sidebar, you might talk about these teams winning.
Can you name a Georgia player on his team?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He was the leading scorer off of this team, and he is, a freshman.
You're talking about the guys the age. Winning young is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Jordan Spieth when he won the Masters his second attempt. So the next year, he tells the story about he was getting ready. He went back to Augusta. He was driving his rental car and whatever, getting ready to turn on a Magnolia Lane, and he gets swooped by this other car, like honks at him, gets ready to turn by, and the passenger window rolls down. It's Nick Faldo, and he's like, 3 beats 1, and Jordan rolls the window back down. And he says, I haven't played in 3 yet. Funny, random. Well, we'll do. I'll tell you golf later. We'll go back. We'll come back to basketball.
Here's your Grant Hill talking about his experience trying to play Michael for the Wizards.
Playing in Orlando is his last year. I'm blocking his shot. Like, I'm locking him up. Like, I'm having my way against him defensively. Now, granted, he's 40 years old, but I'm feeling good about myself. So, fast forward a month later, we're in D.C. My ankle, we go to a doctor in Baltimore, and basically he tells me I'm done. It's not healed, it's broken, I have to have surgery. But I wanted to play against Jordan one last time. My ego, I'm thinking, I had him the last game. I don't need this left ankle. Just give me some.
I only need
Motrin.
one ankle.
Give me a bunch of Motrin. I'm gonna go out here. And so we're playing the Wizards, and when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like, literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like, he just ran the same play every time and did this, and I could not guard him. And so, literally, I checked out of the game at the end of the first quarter, and I didn't even go to the bed. I just walked back to the locker room. Like, I was done. Like, literally had surgery like a couple days later. But it was like, I wanted to guard Jordan one last time. And you're right, I shouldn't have. I should have just let that go.
Did he know you were a wounded animal?
He probably did, because he went at me
and he didn't care.
The same move. Like, he didn't do anything different. It was the same move, and I had nothing for him.
Jordan probably had your x-rays in the locker room.
He probably did.
He probably knew exactly.
I'm surprised he didn't send somebody for me to come back out.
Tell you, hey, stop an elbow jumper.
That's funny. That is funny.
All it is just an elbow jumper, isn't it? That's all it is. Just nice and easy. Play a little defense. He's just going to shoot it right there at the elbow. That's all it is.
He's a plumber.
Quick release.
One thing about him, you just go back and look at it. You talk about winning NBA Finals and who was the leading scorer in the NBA, and they ended up winning the championship. Michael did it every year that he was there. And there's only 2 other guys who was ever like that, and that was Shaquille O'Neal and Kareem. That led the league in the same season. Yeah, that led the league in scoring plus won a title.
I was about to say, I know David Robinson did that, but I know it's not I don't think it was the same season, obviously. Knicks and Pacers, Game 6 tonight, 8:00. Do the Pacers finish them off, or the Knicks make the comeback, Terry?
No, this over. Indiana wins tonight. They'll go out and they win by
100 points.
They're going to destroy. They're going to destroy them by 20.
Okay, Just after that, go put all your money on the Knicks. Actually, I'm putting my money on the Knicks right now.
Pull your apps out.
Yeah, get your apps
The word
out.
destroyed was used on this program. That means pick the opposite.
That's right.
Pick the under.
That's right.
Tommy ain't going to waste time. He's just going to pick it up. All right, Chip, who you got?
He's already on
That's what I'm saying.
ESPN bet.
He didn't waste the time. Tom just did it. He's just pulled it up. Said, up. Tom, Terry said destroyed. Chip?
Smart bet is Indiana, but man, I feel like all the pressure's on them right now. I mean, like, if Indiana wins, they're supposed to win this game at this point.
That's what I'm saying. They know that.
Well, but that puts a little added layer of pressure on. If this goes to 7, I think New York pulls it out.
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns is way too soft to win this series. We're going to go with Indiana Pacers. His reactions and stuff is just, I can't with him.
And
he does the weirdest stuff.
And actually, I'm gonna switch my pick back to the Pacers because the moment in these playoffs anybody starts doubting Tyrese Halliburton, he has been like, let me remind you why you don't need to be doubting me. He has been a man child.
He's been impressive
When he wants to play.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the difference.
He's been and if they're in the game at the end of the game, like if it's close,
Yeah, I love
at the end
that.
of the game,
Here's the Spider-Man.
That's it. But now, to be honest
My
with you,
son does that all the time. He'll come out and go,
yeah. The big man right there,
He's
to
3.
me, Indiana has nobody to stop him when he wants to play.
But if he doesn't want to play,
Well,
he
everybody. That's what I'm saying. Anybody can.
Do you want to play today, son?
Yeah. I'll switch that down.
Terry treats NBA players like they're like 8th
Yeah,
grade.
they are.
Yeah,
They
You
are.
want to play today.
Do you want to play?
You're being paid millions of dollars. Do you want to play today?
all right, well, we'll be talking about the NBA Finals next Saturday. OKC and one of these teams, Indiana or the Knicks. NBA's hoping for the Knicks for some ratings.
OKC and the losing team is basically my pick.
I got you. All right, we'll be back.